Hello friends, welcome to my kitchen. Crack 3 eggs in a bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika. Whisk it all together until smooth and lightly frothy. The eggs help bind everything later and give the dish a soft, tender texture. Friends, I'd be so happy to hear where you're from. Let me know your city, country, and if you're in the US, your state too. Now, take half of a white cabbage and finely chop it. I always love working with cabbage. It reminds me of the stews my grandmother used to make, simmering slowly on the stove, filling the kitchen with warmth. Cabbage may seem humble, but it's a powerhouse of nutrients. It's packed with fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants that support digestion and boost the immune system. If something is unclear in the recipe, just leave a comment, and I'll answer as soon as possible. Transfer the cabbage to a large frying pan. Add just enough water to cover the bottom. Stir it well. Cover with a lid and let it simmer for about 15 minutes over medium heat. Now, grate 2 frozen chicken breasts on a coarse grater. Grating frozen chicken is surprisingly easy, and such a handy trick when you're short on time or want to skip using a meat grinder. This method gives us fine, soft chicken shreds that mix beautifully with vegetables and spices. They cook quickly and stay tender, making the texture of our patties light and pleasant. And I find there's something satisfying about this simple step. It feels both clever and homely, like a little kitchen secret passed down through the years. After about 7 to 8 minutes, lift the lid and stir the cabbage. Once it's tender, remove the pan from the heat. Place a sieve over a bowl, transfer the cabbage into it, and let the extra water drain off. We don't want any extra liquid. Liking this video would be appreciated. It's a great way to show your support. Now move the drained cabbage to a clean mixing bowl. Friends, if you enjoy what you see, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for similar recipes in the future. Add the grated chicken and pour in the egg mixture. Now mix it all well. This step really brings everything together. The eggs help the filling hold shape, and the texture becomes nice and creamy. Next, in a frying pan, melt a little butter over medium heat, just enough to coat the bottom. I love using butter here because it gives the vegetables a soft, rich flavor that reminds me of my mother's kitchen. finely chop 1 onion. Onions do so much more than add flavor. They're rich in antioxidants, like quercetin, which can help support heart health and reduce inflammation. They also have natural compounds that boost the immune system and aid digestion. It's amazing how such a simple ingredient can offer so many benefits. No wonder it's a staple in kitchens all over the world. And add it to the pan. The smell of onion frying always feels like the beginning of something good, doesn't it? Sauté for a minute or two. Now, finely chop 2 cloves of garlic. I always enjoy this step. There's something calming about slicing garlic. The way it releases its rich, warm scent with every cut. It reminds me of how my mother used to say, "A dish with garlic always feels more complete." Add the garlic to the pan. Stir gently, letting it soften and mingle with the sweetness of the onion. Now, finely chop 4 mushrooms. I love working with mushrooms. They bring a deep, earthy flavor that adds so much heart to simple dishes. As you slice them, you can almost smell that familiar forest scent. Add them to the pan. Give everything a gentle stir, letting the flavors slowly come together. Then grate 1 carrot on a coarse grater. I love how carrots bring color and a touch of sweetness. They balance savory flavors so well and make the dish feel brighter and more cheerful. Carrots are also packed with beta-carotene, which our bodies turn into vitamin A, great for our eyes, skin, and overall immunity. Add it in as well. Stir everything together. Season with 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Let this mixture sauté for a few more minutes, then take the pan off the heat. Now transfer these vegetables into the bowl with cabbage and chicken. Mix well. Grate 2 ounces or 50 grams of soft cheese. I always find that adding a bit of cheese brings everything together. It melts into the mixture and adds a lovely creaminess and gentle flavor. Soft cheese works especially well here because it blends easily and gives the dish that little touch of richness without overpowering the natural taste of the vegetables and chicken. Add it to the bowl. It will melt into the mixture and give it a lovely creamy flavor. Mix again until combined. Now add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This helps hold everything together when we cook. The texture should be soft, but not too wet. Stir it all well. In a frying pan, add a bit of vegetable oil and heat it on medium. Now, using a spoon, scoop out some of the mixture and place it in the pan, shaping it into small patties or envelopes, as I like to call them. Don't overcrowd the pan. Give them space so they cook evenly. Fry for about 4 to 5 minutes per side, or until golden brown and crisp. Now, in a bowl, add 2/3 of a cup or 150 milliliters of Greek yogurt. Finely chop a quarter of an onion. Add it in. Grate 1 garlic clove on a mini grater. Add it to the bowl. Then grate 1 small pickled cucumber on a mini grater. This gives a lovely tang. Add it to the bowl. Chop a small bunch of fresh parsley. And add that too. Season with half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Mix everything well. Then, slice a small tomato into thin rings. I always find this part so satisfying. Ripe tomatoes are soft, juicy, and full of that garden-fresh aroma. These little slices will add a pop of color and a refreshing touch to our warm, savory dish. Now, it's time to plate up. Lay your patties on a serving plate. Spoon some of the creamy yogurt sauce on top. Add a slice or two of tomato over the sauce for freshness and color. And that's it. A beautiful warm dish, made with simple ingredients and lots of care. Each bite is soft and full of flavor. The tender cabbage, juicy chicken, and the light golden crust all come together so nicely. The cool, tangy sauce balances everything perfectly, and those fresh tomato slices give it a bright finish. Thank you for cooking with me today. I hope this recipe brings the same joy and warmth to your kitchen as it does to mine. But don't go just yet. There's another cozy and tasty recipe I'd love to share with you. Start by cracking 1 egg into a bowl. Give it a good whisk until it's frothy. Take your time here. The more air you whip in, the lighter and fluffier your final dish will be. Next, pour in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of sparkling mineral water. Mix it well with the egg until it's fully blended. Add 5 tablespoons of flour. Stir slowly and thoroughly, making sure there are no lumps. You're looking for a smooth, silky texture. Next, let's get started on the chicken. Take 3 large or 4 small chicken breasts and cut them into even-sized pieces, just like you see in the video. Try to make the pieces as uniform as possible so they cook evenly later on. Take your time with this step. Careful slicing makes all the difference when it comes to even cooking and juicy results. Place the chicken pieces into a bowl. Now, season them with 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of oregano. And finally, add 1 teaspoon of rosemary. Rosemary has a bold, woodsy flavor. Just a little gives the chicken a lovely, fragrant touch that feels so cozy and homey. Now mix everything with your hands. Don't hesitate to really work the spices in. Your hands are the best tools here. They help the seasonings coat every piece, and the gentle warmth helps the flavors absorb just right. Let the chicken sit and marinate for about 10 minutes while we prepare the next steps. Now, pour water into a pan. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Cover the pot with a lid. Once the water boils, add 8 ounces or 250 grams of pasta. Cook it according to the package instructions until al dente. Next, take the flour, egg, and mineral water mixture and pour it over the chicken. Give everything a good stir, making sure each piece is fully coated. The batter should cling gently to the chicken. That's how you know it's just right. Once everything is mixed well, cover the bowl with plastic wrap and place it in the refrigerator for about 1 hour. Now, grate 3 ounces or 90 grams of cheddar cheese. As you grate, enjoy that rich, tangy aroma. It has a way of filling the kitchen with warmth. It always reminds me of cozy evenings when a little cheddar could turn any simple meal into something special. Add it to a bowl. Next, grate 3 ounces or 90 grams of mozzarella. Its soft, creamy texture makes it perfect for melting. And just the scent brings back memories of homemade casseroles and shared family dinners. Add it to the bowl alongside the cheddar. Finally, grate 2 ounces or 60 grams of Parmesan. It has that wonderful nutty flavor with just the right touch of saltiness. It adds depth and richness that really ties everything together. Add it to the bowl and mix all the cheeses. This blend will give us that perfectly melty, golden, cheesy layer that makes every bite so satisfying. Now, take the chicken out of the refrigerator and remove the plastic wrap. Heat a bit of olive oil in a frying pan. I always find there's something comforting about the gentle sizzle of oil warming up. It instantly reminds me of cozy evenings in the kitchen when dinner was just about ready. Once the oil is hot, place the chicken pieces in the pan. That first sizzle as the chicken hits the heat, It's like a little promise of the delicious meal ahead. Let them cook on both sides until beautifully golden and crispy. Turn them gently. This helps keep that golden crust intact, while the inside stays juicy and tender. In a bowl, combine 2 ounces or 60 grams of sour cream, 1 ounce or 30 grams of mayonnaise. Stir them together until smooth and creamy. Now, add 1 ounce or 30 grams of ketchup. Stir well. Ketchup brings just a hint of sweetness and a touch of tang that really rounds out the sauce and balances all the savory flavors beautifully. Next, grate 1 clove of garlic using a mini grater. As soon as that garlic hits the air, the kitchen fills with that familiar cozy aroma. It always reminds me of those homey family meals. Add the garlic to the bowl and give the sauce a final stir until everything is well blended and fragrant. It's simple, but so flavorful. Next, grate 1 small pickle on a mini grater. It might seem like a small touch, but it brings a lovely tangy note that cuts through the richness of the sauce. It gives everything a little lift without overpowering. Add it right into the bowl and stir everything together. Now, finely chop a small bunch of parsley. I love how parsley adds a pop of green and that clean, garden-fresh flavor. It's one of those ingredients that may seem simple, but it really brings life to a dish. Add it in and give the sauce a good mix. Finally, finely chop a small handful of capers. These little gems have such a bold, briny flavor, and just a few go a long way. They add that gentle saltiness and a bright, tangy note that brings the whole sauce to life. Add the capers in and give everything a good stir to bring all the flavors together beautifully. Now, let's check on the pasta. Go ahead and drain it. Then return it to the pot and place it over low heat. Add about 1/4 of a stick or 30 grams of butter. Pour in the cheese mixture. As you gently stir, you'll see everything come together into a smooth, creamy sauce that clings beautifully to the pasta. The aroma at this stage is absolutely heartwarming, cheesy, cozy, and so inviting. Keep stirring slowly so every strand gets coated in that velvety, melty goodness. Once the chicken is perfectly crispy and golden, lift it gently from the pan and place it on a plate. Just look at that golden crust. It promises a wonderful crunch with every bite, while the inside stays tender and full of flavor. Now, add a generous helping of the creamy pasta right beside the chicken. Spoon some of that rich, tangy sauce over the top or on the side however you like it. The crisp chicken, velvety pasta, and that flavorful sauce come together in the most comforting, satisfying way. It's the kind of dish that brings everyone to the table. I truly hope it brings as much warmth to your home as it does to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today. But that's not all. I have a second, equally delicious recipe for you. In a glass bowl, break 2 eggs. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of chicken seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. Now, pour in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of water. Using a whisk, beat everything together until smooth. Take your time with this step. Whisking well helps the eggs become light and airy, which gives the mixture a soft, fluffy texture once cooked. It's a small effort that really makes a difference. Next, add 2 cups or 250 grams of flour. Mix thoroughly with a whisk until no lumps remain. This might take a minute or two, but don't rush it. A smooth, even batter is key to making the dish light and tender. Take 3 chicken breasts. As you begin cutting them into small, even pieces. Just like I show in the video, take your time. I always remember helping my mother in the kitchen with this part, carefully learning how to hold the knife and slice neatly. It's one of those simple tasks that made me feel grown up. Try to keep the size consistent. It helps everything cook evenly and keeps each bite just right. Drop them into the batter. Mix well so that each piece is fully coated. Take your time here. Make sure the batter clings to every bit of chicken. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap. Place it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, let's make a simple dipping sauce. In a bowl, add 2 ounces or 60 grams of sour cream. Then spoon in 1 ounce or 30 grams of mayonnaise. Gently stir them together until the mixture is smooth and creamy. It's a quick and easy base that pairs beautifully with the crispy chicken. Add 1 ounce or 30 grams of ketchup. Mix again until smooth and creamy. Grate 1 garlic clove on a mini grater. Its warm, bold aroma fills the kitchen right away. Garlic has been a kitchen staple for generations. Not just for its deep, rich flavor, but also because it's long been known to help support our immune system and overall wellness. Just a little goes a long way. Add it to the sauce and stir well. Next, grate 1 small cucumber on the same grater. Its cool, crisp texture brings a refreshing contrast and helps lighten the richness of the sauce. I've always loved how cucumber adds that gentle, clean flavor. It reminds me of summer lunches in the garden. Add it in and stir again until everything is beautifully blended. Then, finally chop a small bunch of parsley. Parsley isn't just for color. It brings a light, fresh flavor that lifts the whole sauce. And did you know? It's rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, and even helps with digestion. Just a handful adds brightness, both in taste and in all the little health benefits tucked inside. Add it to the sauce and stir well. They'll bring a pleasant, briny note that ties everything together. I always think of olives as little bursts of flavor, salty, tangy, and just the right touch of Mediterranean charm. They add depth without overpowering, and their unique taste makes the whole sauce feel a little more special. Add those two, and give it one final stir. Next, heat 3 cups, or 750 milliliters, of vegetable oil in a frying pan over medium heat. While the oil is heating, take the bowl with the chicken out of the fridge and remove the plastic wrap. Set a separate bowl nearby with about 1 cup, or 120 grams, of flour. Using tongs, take one piece of chicken at a time and coat it well in the flour. This extra layer will help create that perfectly crispy golden crust we all love. Then carefully lower each coated piece into the hot oil. You'll hear that wonderful sizzle. It's the sound of something delicious in the making. Fry the chicken for about 3 minutes on each side, or until beautifully golden and crisp. Be sure not to overcrowd the pan, so each piece cooks evenly and stays crispy. Once the chicken is cooked, transfer the pieces to a plate and set a small bowl of our homemade sauce alongside. And there you have it, golden, crispy chicken bites paired with a cool, creamy herb sauce. It's the kind of dish that brings people together. Whether it's for a cozy family dinner or a quiet moment to treat yourself to something truly comforting and made with care. I hope this recipe fills your home with warmth and brings the same comfort and joy to your family as it does to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today. Until next time, happy cooking